A major drug bust at a La Crosse hotel earlier this week is reminding law enforcement officers of some of their biggest challenges. Along with recovering $60,000 worth of meth during that bust, officers also found an infant in the room. News 8's Sarah Tamer is here now to tell us what makes these scenarios especially difficult for law enforcement. Sarah?
Mike, when law enforcement officers deal with drug busts, they often find children who end up getting caught in the middle. Tuesday's drug bust at the Candlewood Suites is a good example of how much more challenging these types of investigations can get when children are involved. A drug bust on Tuesday at this La Crosse hotel was a familiar scene for investigators with the Crosse County Sheriff's Department.
A lot of the drug cases, and there's times where it's just even traffic stops in which there's going to be children there.
Investigators found a 4-month-old child during Tuesday's drug bust, something they say is pretty common.
The child doesn't have a choice in the matter.
La Crosse County Sheriff's Department investigator Fritz Leinfelder says as drug use has evolved, so has the number of children who end up caught in the middle of arrests.
With our heroin, fentanyl cases, all these things that are highly dangerous to adults, law enforcement, let alone a child that's placed in that environment.
Leinfelder says the job already has its challenges, but when children are in the mix, the job becomes more tricky.
We're knocking the door down in that. And when you see a child in that environment, there's a sense of urgency that comes upon us that we need to make sure we can get this child out of this environment rapidly, because we don't know. For one, we're safety concerns when we're doing search warrants that we might have armed people in the house, and now we have a child there, so we got to make sure that, so the urgency level definitely rises when we have those situations.
Agencies like Child Protective Services are typically called to determine if the child should be turned over to another family member or sent to foster care. Leinfelder says although it's not the most ideal situation, it's often best for the children.
When we were able to do that, we're able to take those children and get them out of that environment a little bit faster than we probably were in the past.
Investigator Leinfelder also tells me there is a drug-endangered children's team that gets involved in situations like this one. It's a team made up of social workers who try and figure out where the best places are for children to go when they involuntarily become a part of drug busts.
Thanks a lot, Sarah. The child found at Tuesday's drug bust was taken into Child Protective Services following the arrests.